Hello, this is wmpyr. Okay, so I got a question in the comment section. I thought it was a really good question. It's actually fairly complex, so I'm gonna have to divide it into two parts. So this is part one, and hopefully I'll do a part two soon. And the reason for that is because if I put it all into one video and try to answer everything, I think it's just going to be it's too complex and some people are just going to get totally lost. So let me divide it up into two videos. And the question here, the idea here is you have an angle 1 and an angle 2 right here, which is a diagonal and a diagonal, okay? So defending against that, we have something like this, the roof block, okay? So the question was, if this dude had a knife, okay, so just imagine he has a knife and he's giving me an angle 1. How do I defend against that, using this roof block kind of move? Because he's saying, isn't it a little too small? If it was a stick, then fine, right? But if it's a knife, it's too small. Well, one of the things that will help you decode Filipino martial arts, right? This is a simple rule to always apply in Filipino martial arts that has helped me personally over the years. And that is, a single technique has multiple applications, okay? So one technique, in this case, we're talking about the roof block, right? Versus a stick, a knife, firearm, empty hand, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to use the roof block against all of that, okay? So in order for that to be real, to make that a reality, I need to, as he attacks me, no matter what he has in his hand, whatever he's holding, or even not holding, I gotta go to his arm. Okay, I go to his arm, and boom, there's my roof block. Okay, so if he has a stick, it won't matter. If he has a knife, it doesn't matter. Boom, that's my roof block right here. Same idea, boom, boom. So if I had a stick, and this is real life, this guy has whatever weapon and he's coming at me, I'm going to hit him on the arm with my weapon. Whether mine is a stick, a knife, a firearm, or empty hand, or whatever, boom. Okay, so same idea. And now the question mark probably comes from, well, in practice, we go stick to stick. How come we don't go stick to hand? Well, because if I went stick to hand, he's going to be injured. That's why. So if I go stick to stick, we could get lots and lots of repetition and nobody gets hurt. So that's why we go stick to stick. Another reason, and something for you guys that are more advanced that you should be working on, so we could be doing Heaven 6. So he's doing Heaven 6, I'm doing Heaven 6. It's the same old, but he's a beginner. Okay? So for him, when he's doing the Heaven 6, he needs to just make sure that the stick, his stick, hits my stick between here and here. So he should not hit me in the hand. So as long as he's controlling it at this level, right? So he has a room for error about that much. For me, I should be working on this much, okay? So as we're doing even though we're doing the exact same thing right here, I'm controlling it to this level of accuracy, and I should be moving it around on the stick purposely. So on this next one, I'm going to make it land like way at the very top right here. So that's my number 1. And for my number 2, I'm going to make it land right in the middle, right there. Boom. And for number 3, I'm going to make it land all the way close to my hand. So I should be playing around and controlling it like that as we're doing the Heaven 6. That way, he's getting good practice, and so am I. It's not just only he gets the practice, and I'm helping you out, and I'm doing you a favor. No, that's BS. That's not the way it should be. Yes, I'm here to help, but we're both benefiting. Because if not, then I don't know how to train. Then I can only train with guys that are as my level or higher. That means you don't know how to train. Okay, so if you have that level of accuracy, then going from stick to stick to now all of a sudden on their hand, it doesn't become a problem. You'll be able to do it, trust me, you know. So you should be working on that. So the answer, I hope, without trying to make this too confusing, is if he's attacking me, no matter what weapon he has, no matter what weapon I have, I want to go here on his hand, not on his weapon, which is over here. I want to go hand, my hand on his hand. If I have a weapon, I could obviously put the weapon on his hand, right? But in practice, we go weapon to weapon. And there's another reason for that, okay? So I hope I'm not confusing people, but in practice, one of the other reasons why we go weapon to weapon is not just for our safety, but also because this is easier. It's easier to do. Instead of trying to hit him right there on the arm, if I hit him on the weapon, it's easier. Meaning, it's a higher percentage. And higher percentage equals more realistic. So the way I could explain it is like this. In boxing, right? You have an uppercut. It's a powerful shot. I want to land this uppercut, right? I want the uppercut. But it's a lower percentage. A jab is a much higher percentage, right? So if I only did uppercuts, then I'm not very realistic because it has a lower percentage of landing, okay? So I do need to practice the jab. So it's the same idea here. Yes, I prefer to hit him on the arm, but if this is all I practice just because this is the better technique, then I'm not as realistic because it's a lower percentage. But if I learn to clash weapon to weapon, that's a higher percentage. Therefore, even though it's not what I really want to do, it makes me more realistic. It makes my fighting style more realistic. So please understand that, okay? Because you don't always get what you want, because remember, they're opposing their will onto you too. And so if you have a bladed weapon, you want to get in the habit of making sure, that you preserve your edge and you bang up theirs. So that's another thing to think about. So I better end it here because, like I said, it opens a can of worms and we can go into a whole bunch of detail. But this is the end for part 1. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.